Greetings and salutations, e-reader aficionados. It is I, the king of e-readers, Michael Kozlowski.
And I don't have a title, I'm just Peter.
Alright, so the purpose of today's video is to give you guys a sense of what's available for prosumers when it comes to e-readers. And suffice to say, there's two different classes of e-readers. There's consumer e-readers, like the Amazon Kindle, Kobo devices, Barnes & Noble Nooks,
right.
Things like that. It's the type of thing where it has a built-in bookstore. Yep. You're pretty well locked into that particular ecosystem, yep, for the most part.
Yeah.
And they have like a lot of great compelling features.
Yes.
And then you have the professional devices that are
these ones
designed for digital note-taking, but also provide other experiences. This includes the Sony digital paper line of e-readers, yep, the Onyx Boox note line of e-readers, the Remarkable. So these are all expensive devices. They're not going to cost like $100 for like a Kindle, like a consumer one.
Very far away
You're
from that.
You're spending on average anywhere between $399 and about $1,000
to the moon. I mean, we've seen ones as low as Onyx Boox Note S, $399 USD, and we've seen ones as high as $1,400 like the Guido, which is a prosumer dual screen 13.3
sheet music reader
for sheet music. They have like foot pedal attachments, Bluetooth, all that thing. So yeah, I mean, really, you know, the $300 range to the sky's the limit. But I would say some of the consumer e-readers have really been getting up there. The Kindle Oasis 2 has broken the $400 barrier in Canada.
Yeah.
And it's a, you know, it's a consumer level. It's not professional by any means, but it's really expensive. So it's hard to really put a price on, you know, you can't really go by the price. It's what the thing can do, like Mike said.
Yeah. So if you're thinking about investing in a digital note-taking device, you have pretty well two different classes.
Right.
You have the Sony line and the Remarkable line. You need companion apps on your PC or smartphone to transfer content to the device, as well as transfer content, notes that you took, PDFs that you've edited to your smartphone, tablet, or to your PC. Very dependent on that. Whereas with the Onyx line, it's simply just drag and drop with Windows Explorer.
Right.
You're not relegated to like a specific app. And there's various different screen sizes as well, so it kind of suits your needs. Remarkable just makes one different model. Onyx has various ones.
They
10,
have lots,
10 inch, 13 inch, 9.7.
Let's start with the Sonys though, because the Sony is where it started. The S1. That's what kind of kicked off the whole prosumer professional note-taking. So
that's right.
The S1, this is an RP1. It's the later generation, the second gen, but it did start with this size. And if you need a size comparison, this is a standard e-reader. This is a 13.3. So the S1 started it all, and it can't do anything except PDFs. All the Sony devices, the S1, the RP1, the CP1, the latest 10.3, all they can do is note-taking and PDF files. You can't read books, you can't listen to audio, you can't even sideload apps, and as Michael said, you can't even transfer files to these devices unless you use, there's the scribbling. You can't even transfer files to and from these devices if you plug it into your computer. You can't even connect to Wi-Fi. You have to go through your companion app in order to even search for Wi-Fi in your area. So super dependent around having a computer, super professional, and very, very limiting when it comes to functionality.
You're totally correct.
Right.
Like a Sony is a singular purpose device. It's viewing and editing PDF files, making notes.
That's it.
That's all it does.
Yep.
And so for its scope, it's very much like the Remarkable, where it does digital note-taking very well.
Right.
It could read ebooks, which is something
Barely.
Sony can't do.
Barely.
Yeah. There's a full page refresh like every 3 pages that you turn.
Yeah.
Very rudimentary ebook engine. Remarkable keeps promising they're going to integrate a bookstore, more features for ebooks, but I find that it really never improves.
Yeah.
Very much like the Sony, very singular purpose device, and then very much like the Sony, dependent on the apps.
Yeah. You can't plug this into your computer computer and drag files, drag images, drag ebooks. It's just you can't do that.
Yeah.
And it's one device per account.
That's right.
Right.
And like the Sony, it works very well in portrait mode.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I like about the Sony. Tell us a bit about that.
Landscape, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see landscape. You have a 2-page spread on the Sony, which allows you to have a little bit of a bind in the middle, or if you see the overlaying video right now, you can actually make notes on one side and scribble on the other side, and have your text documents on the left and your full blank notepad on the right, so you can kind of take notes on your notes. So it's super note taking centered, whereas the Remarkable, like Mike said, has a little bit of an e-ink an e-reading software on it. It's a little more of a multi-purpose, but if we really want to get into multi-purpose, Onyx is the go-to. They have 4 different styles of screen sizes. They have quad-core processors, things with USB-C, stereo speakers, full Android, APK files, install from unknown sources. I mean, the sky's the limit for these devices.
Yeah, Google Play comes
yeah.
front and center on all of them. So,
right.
And one of the interesting things about Onyx is they've really kind of optimizes some third-party popular e-reading apps. So they optimize to Kindle. So
right.
if you install Kindle on all these devices, on traditional e-ink screens, you have whenever you turn a page, it's like click, 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 click.
Right.
They made it so they got rid of the animated page turns, and page turns are instant.
Yeah.
So if you're invested in the Amazon Kindle ecosystem and you want to get like a larger screen e-reader that has compatibility with the stylus, the Onyx book line of e-readers, very, very deadly for
yes.
that. I would say that the one advantage the Onyx has is audio, app functionality, web browsers.
Right.
Like it's multifunctional.
It is multifunctional.
And it's not singular purpose.
No, it's not. And you might be thinking, well, is the note taking on the Sony and the Remarkable, night and day difference, so much better than the Onyx? No, it isn't. The Onyx Boox Note is a very, very good note-taking device. It does 80% of what the Sony and the Remarkable can do. But like Mike said, you can do everything else. It's got Bluetooth, hook it up to wireless speakers, wireless headphones. It's got speakers on it. And Onyx makes the 13.3. 2 different 13.3s, Max and Max 2 Pro. So they are the go-to for, I like the Sony, but I like the Remarkable. They're the go-to because they do everything. They do it all on these devices.
Yeah, one thing about Onyx is that they consistently pump out different e-readers.
Yes.
So
and
Sony,
constant updates.
Sony might release like a new DPT every few years.
Yeah.
Remarkable's just released one singular product, and Onyx within a span of 6 months they did like the Note, and then they did like the Note S.
Yeah.
And then they have like a little bit older of the Max 2 that came out in 2017, sort of the midway through like the year.
Right.
So when it comes down to it, Peter, we have a lot of devices, including our own good e-readers 6.8 and 13.3, which we never talked about.
Right.
It's very similar to the Onyx experience, except instead of Google Play, it has the good e-reader app store.
That's right, pre-bundled.
And it has like a lot of our own proprietary apps that we've developed. It's very prosumer. One of the interesting aspects about our line of e-readers is the 6.8 is only $199.
That's right, and it has a glow light and a built-in case.
That's right. So it's the only digital note-taking device on the market with a glow light
only one
at that price point.
Yeah.
So as we said, you're investing in with these larger screens like $399 all the way up to the Guido, which is
very
like
expensive.
$1,200 or $1,300.
Yeah.
Whereas you can get an entry-level digital note-taking device that actually has the ebook experience, the PDF experience, the editing experience, and the app experience at a fraction of the cost.
Yes.
So that is like one of the big compelling factors about us, but we also were one of the first ones after Sony to have a large screen e-reader, which was our 13.3 that we released in 2016.
That's right, and ever since then, it has caught wind in the industry, and many other people have done the 13.3 after that. Even Icarus took a go at it. A bunch of other companies tried to follow that. Some succeeded, some did not. So
even Pocketbook was developing one.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, when it comes down to it, you have to worry about functionality and price, because like we said, the price spans pretty drastically, almost from $300 to $1,300. So that's a big space in between. If you're not sure on which one to get, we have individual videos of every single one of these and cross comparisons with almost every single one of these too.
Yeah.
So that's why we do what we do, to give you guys an idea of what these do. And some of our videos are as, short as 2 minutes, and some are as extensive as 12 minutes, because there's just so much to these devices, especially the Onyxes, that it's really hard to just say this does this. Cause
yeah, but I mean,
sky's the
if
limit.
you want to get a sense of the prosumer options out there,
Yeah.
everything that is on the table today, as well as the things that you've seen on the video overlays or the different
Yeah.
pictures, those are products that are also available.
That's right.
Those are considered the prosumer models, and we feel that for businesses, for students,
Yep.
for people who are looking for a larger screen to get bigger and more intuitive performance out of their devices, there's a lot to choose from here. We're not going to give you our opinion on which is better than the other, because they're just so distinctive and
super different.
Yeah, they provide a lot of different user experiences.
Yeah.
But check out our individual videos. There'll be some review links in the description of this video, but we want to hear it from you.
Yeah.
We've looked at the entire digital paper line, the Remarkable, the Onyx line, the Goody Reader line, as well as some other fringe players in the marketplace such as Guido. What do you think about prosumer e-readers? How would you improve on it? There are some other ones we haven't even mentioned, such as the Boy You Like book, which is a new 10.3-inch e-reader, primarily available in China, but it has a frontlit display.
Yeah.
It's the only Note with the frontlit display.
Yes.
So there's some interesting things coming out towards the tail end of this year, but this is what's available now. These are
Right
all
now.
respectable brands, including our own brand. So drop a comment below, let us know what you think. For goodyreader.com, my name is Michael.
This is Peter.
Everybody take care.